Hey everybody, Marcos Villegas here with the trainer of Danny Jacobs, Andre Rozier. We're on March 18th. You got a big task going up against Gennady Golovkin for all of the belts. You being a trainer and knowing Danny for so long, what does this mean for you to get to this stage, and what does it mean for the team?
Well, we've waited to be here ever since the first day that he entered the gym. And Danny has worked really hard over the last 15 years to be the fighter that will be vying for that undisputed status at middleweight. And we're up for the challenge, and we plan to be successful.
Looking at Gennady, he has like this aura that is similar to a lot of fighters from the past where people perceive him as being this scary dude. I know every fighter bleeds. Every fighter's not like that. I know you guys see past that. So speaking of that, what do you guys see in Gennady in terms of you being able to take advantage of come night of the fight?
Well, not to reveal all the secrets.
Just a little bit. Just give us a little something, you know?
No, I mean, he's a very good fighter. All fighters make mistakes. It's the team's point of impact to find those mistakes and exploit them. And that's what we plan to do. He does some things that we feel we can take advantage of, and we will.
That Kell Brook fight is being mentioned by many people as a good example of what can give him trouble.
Right.
Have you seen that?
Yes, I have.
I'm sure you have.
Yes,
What'd you make of how he fought, and really what can you analyze from that?
Well, I mean, I give Kell Brook a lot of credit. He was a welterweight that moved up to middleweight against one of the most aggressive and toughest middleweight champs that we've had in some time. And he brought it to him. He fought. A little man, he fought. Of course, at welterweight, his hands were very fast, and he took advantage of Gennady not being ready for that moment. And, well, we plan to do the same thing. Danny has very fast hands, but he can punch. So it's going to be a little bit different. He won't be walking through those punches like he did with Kell Brook.
Danny has a great KO streak right now, man. He's mentioned in interviews for however long it lasts, and I hear that from the other part, forever how long it lasts. So do you anticipate it going 12 rounds on any occurrence whatsoever, or you strongly feel that this fight is not going 12 rounds?
Well, my job is to win every single round that we're in the ring. So naturally, I have to think about 12 rounds. That's how long the fight is. A fight's not over until it's over. So we prepare for 12 rounds. Should he be successful inside the distance? Hey, thank goodness. But I'm getting him ready for 12 rounds. 12 rounds of hard, rough, tough boxing.
You being a coach and also training a lot of fighters that are amateur, do you remember seeing Gennady in the amateurs? And if so, what do you remember hearing about Golovkin back then?
Well, I saw him in the Olympics, and when he fought Andre Roizer in a very close bout. Andre gave him fits with his movement. But I said, this is a tough kid. And I hadn't seen him after that. So as he started progressing in the professional ranks, I took notice. And then I remember watching him against Kassim Ouma. And I was like, boy, this is a tough bout. It was really a tough bout for him. They were both giving and taking, and finally the referee thought that Ouma had too much. I thought Ouma could actually go on because he was giving everything he got and giving it back. But at that point, I said, okay, either you meet him with pressure or you start dancing circles around him. We're going to be able to do both. Why? Danny can punch. Danny has fast hands. Danny can move. I'll tell you a quick story. We went to training camp with Ike Quartet, the great Ike Quartet. Danny was about 16 to spar. So he got in the ring with Ike Quartet, and Danny was moving like you would never believe. So Ike said, "This is not good. He moves too much. He has to go home." So, but just
Was that for the De La Hoya fight?
no, that's when he actually fought Vernon Forrest.
Oh wow. Okay.
Yeah. But we picked up from that time. I said, well, watch his jab. Watch how he controls everything with his jab. And it's those little moments and being around. I mean, I've trained amateurs for over 30 years. And my amateurs have become professionals. And I have had great success with my guys. So it's not like it's something new. I didn't have to read his character or figure him out. I've known him since he was a little guy. And I call him my son, and I know what he will and won't do. And this is why I know he's going to win this fight. I know what he will and won't do.
You're incorporating Virgil into the camp. Talk to me about the decision and how that's going to work out between the two of you, because two minds is better than one.
Well, basically, Virgil and I have known each other over 20 years. I first met Virgil when Curtis Stevens and Andre Ward fought in the Silver Gloves tournament when they were 10 and 11. I'm giving you history now.
Yeah.
A lot of people can't give you history about this stuff.
Was he as big as a puncher at 10 years old, Curtis?
Yes, he was.
Okay.
At the time he fought Andre Ward, he was 12 and 0 with 10 knockouts. He knocked, literally
Little,
10.
Little 10-year-old knocking kids out. Jeez.
Kids out. Ugly knockouts. And they both were winning, and Virgil came over to me and said, my kid's going to knock your kid out. So I said, oh, really? I said, I can bet you this much. Win, lose, or draw. He won't be knocking him out. I said, you better be careful. Your kid don't get knocked out. And they fought, and it was a great bout. 3 rounds, and Andre Ward won a 3-2 decision, and that's how we became family. That day we became family, and he's been a big brother to me ever since. And he's watched my progress, I've watched his progress, and it's a perfect environment. So we're gonna go out there for the solitude, for the discipline, for the camaraderie. I mean, Andre Ward calls me Uncle Dre. If that doesn't say enough, I don't know what does. So we're going out there and we're going to enjoy the element, the family feel to everything, and we're going to prepare.
You got me thinking now with Andre Ward, him and Golovkin kind of rotating their names each other for a while now. Is Andre going to help Danny prepare for this fight?
You might see him come in the gym. No, you might see him come.
Is that a secret that's spilled out?
No, listen.
That'd be a great asset to be able to call on his knowledge.
Andre Ward I love him to death. He's like I said, a nephew to me. I know he'll come in and it might work out with Danny and might even spar with him. I mean, just him referring and reflecting to Danny is going to be great. I've always said that Andre Ward was little old man in a baby's body, because when he was in the amateurs, he was always such a good kid. He would be the one to say, don't do that. Don't do that. Like an old man. And he hasn't changed. He's still the same way. He's like the spiritual advisor to everybody around, and that's why I love him to death.
All right, Andre, thank you so much. Really appreciate it. This man right here in the corner of Danny Jacobs coming up on March 18th. And remember, listen to what he says right here.
It's going to be havoc time on March 18th, and we're coming to take care of that business. Get ready.
Thank you, guys.